Hey guys, I want to talk about The Undertaker and why I think he's the greatest wrestler of all time. Look, you've had guys like Stone Cold, The Rock, AJ Styles, Brock Lesnar, John Cena, all these big names, Ric Flair, Macho Man, and guess what? Undertaker's beaten just about all of them. Um, you know, he's had the best winning streak in WrestleMania history with 21 wins in a row. And I'm not even going to talk about who he beat. He's been world champion 7 times with WWE. He's been involved in some crazy storylines. He's even got outside of the dead man gimmick. He's even been a biker. Yeah, American, I don't want to cuss on this channel. Y'all look it up. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He cut good promos. If you look back in his biker days, even the AJ Styles promo he cut on Raw right before WrestleMania, he had a good sense for making promos. He could talk good. He had some good skills when it came to talking and running his mouth and backing it up in the ring. Or in his last match, the Boneyard. But it's just, I don't think anybody's ever going to match his character. Nobody's ever going to match the athleticism and size combination he had. Nobody's going to ever do it like The Undertaker. That's just how I feel about it, You look at Stone Cold and The Rock, yeah, and people can argue that those two are bigger stars than The Undertaker, but the problem is the combination of things that go into pro wrestling, the gimmicks, the ability to cut promos, the athleticism, the heart that Undertaker had at wrestling. I remember one time he was having an Elimination Chamber match, and you guys remember how he would have fire at his entrances? Well, one time the pyro guy messed up his entrance, and while he was walking slowly like he normally does, he got set on fire. And I remember he had some like 2nd or 3rd degree burns or whatever it was he had. His skin was really red. I knew something was wrong, but I didn't know about it until he talked about it years later. And he still went and wrestled the whole match. So that's pretty crazy on his part. It's just what Undertaker has done compared to other guys. And the thing is, he stayed consistent for a long time. These last 10 years, I think it was 2010 through 2011, he was more of a part-time guy. But let's face it, I think he kind of earned that right. He was still committed somehow, even if it was just a backstage as a locker room role. And speaking of the locker room, he was known as a locker room leader, as the alpha of the locker room. People looked up to him, people respected him, people still do to this day. And like I said, he was just so consistent. From 1990 through 2010, he was so consistent. In the last 10 years, he still stuck around and had some matches, helping put guys over like Roman Reigns, The Shield. I want to say keep Roman and The Shield separate because it was more about just Roman Reigns saying that this is his time now. And Undertaker said, no, until you beat me, it's my time still. It's my yard. He put over Drew McIntyre, Batista, Triple H, so many big names. You can argue so many of those guys made their careers mostly or partly because of The Undertaker. I look at a lot of different things when I look at Undertaker. I know he's had just about every match, ladder matches, hardcore matches, cage matches, elimination chambers. Everything you can think of. He's done the casket match, everything you can think of, he's done it all. And he's won just about all the matches, So I think nobody does it like him, and nobody's ever going to do it like him. Nobody can, so many of these gimmicks can be copied, if they wanted to, if gimmick infringement didn't exist. But nobody's ever going to do it like The Undertaker. The closest thing you might see is when people perform parodies of The Undertaker and wanted to, like this guy did back in December. But, no, Undertaker's just the best, man. Nobody's going to come close to doing that.